During a preliminary walkthrough, you notice a 9x9 floor tile that looks suspiciously like an asbestos tile from the 1950s. You should, A, research asbestos and present the owner options. B, propose encapsulation, which would be covering it over and leaving it there. C, suggest that they get a phase, sorry, there's a little typo in here. That should be phase 1. A phase 1 review done. And D, run the other way. So given the typo, I'm not sure what to say about if there's any issues for folks, but so D, run the other way, great answer. And if you're talking to your insurance, they would absolutely say run the other way. Architects really got burned very, very badly way back in the late 60s, 70s, and 80s, dealing with toxic materials. Many architects got sued and things went very badly. And so all the insurance companies essentially asked everybody to just, all right, don't get involved, except the way that the architects get involved is by reviewing the information that specific professionals will provide who are environmental professionals, and they'll provide the information, and then the architect's role is to help navigate what that actually means to the project and to the owner. Whether they need to get work done, whether they need more information, whether we will encapsulate, or what, all of that. So let's look at the answers again. Research the asbestos and present the owner options. Actually, while that's a good idea and you should do that, you actually don't really want to be the one out in front presenting the options to the owner. You're not the one who has the research done already. You're not the one who wants to take responsibility for the environmental issues. So it's not going to be A. Propose encapsulation. Encapsulating a 9x9 floor tile, putting a new flooring over the top, that's actually probably a great idea. It happens all the time. It seems weird to leave asbestos in a building, but if you think about the idea that you're going to remove all of that asbestos, you're going to break it all up and you're going to pull it out and you're going to throw it into a truck that's then going to take it you're actually disturbing the asbestos significantly more and much more likely to get it out and the fibers into the air and actually cause a problem by pulling it out than you are by just covering it over in a sort of serious way that will sort of hide it for a good long time. So encapsulation, great idea. But again, why are you making that decision? It shouldn't be the architect being out in front on the environmental issue like this, the toxic environmental issue like this. So while it's a good idea, it might be something that you do. It's not the thing that you're going to say in this moment. And run the other way is obviously a bit of a joke, but you can't run the other way. You have a project to work on. So what do? You're going to suggest a phase 1. So what this is, a phase 1, is when specific environmental engineers who have specific training will go through an existing site. There might be already a building there might be just an open site. And they will take a look and they'll do a quick search that looks to see, well, what has been on that site? Was there a dry cleaner there? Was there a printing press that had lots of solvents and things like that? Was there a gas station? They'll look at the history of the site and do maybe a walkthrough. Sometimes they don't even actually walk through, they'll just look at photos. So it's a fast-paced sort of version of, does it look like there might be any problem? And if there's a problem, then they'll say what they think the problems are, and they'll propose what the next steps might be. And it might lead you to, obviously, a phase 2. And a phase 2 is where those same folks will go through and they'll actually test everything, and they'll go through it all and have a big, big, long report. But you wouldn't want to go to the phase 2 straight off, because if they don't really need to test everything, what's the point? So phase 1 is a way of kind of having a fast-paced, real professionals looking at it who are highly knowledgeable about the information, making quick decisions about whether it needs to go on to the phase 2. So what you are going to do is you are going to suggest that the owner gets a phase 1. And then from there, the phase 1 and the phase 2 would include suggestions, and those suggestions from those professionals are what you would use to then influence your drawings and your specifications, etc. So C is the answer.
I like how official run the other way looks.
Yeah, yeah, and it's actually a great answer. Like I said, if you talk to your talk to your insurance professional,
It's not a great answer.
yeah, they would be like, absolutely, run the other way. They really don't want you to talk about asbestos or anything like that, because like I said, they remember way back to the 70s when many architects went out of business because of it.